who is that guy? That's what, I sounded like that? I haven't seen this in 40 years. Had I inhaled helium before I did that? Hi, I'm Billy Crystal, and this is my E.T. retrospective. This could be scary.
You're a nutball! Oh, you're a nutball! You're a nutball! You're a nutball! I love him! I love this man! I love him! Can't remember Camp Nihak! Won't you forget? Nihak, Nihak, we love you! 2 bunk 10, we will be true!
That was an amazing experience because about a month prior to that, right, I was a new comedian, less than a year into my stand-up career, right? And I did a half hour at the Comedy Store. And in the audience were some amazing people, would become very close to me, Carl Reiner, Norman Lear. So I finish my set and I go outside and Carl comes out, introduces himself, like hi, I'm Carl Reiner, like he has to. And then Norman came out, and the same thing, hi, I'm Norman Lear, so on and so forth. All right, so about 2 weeks later, the phone rings, and I go, hello, and is this Billy Crystal? Yes, it is. Hold on for Norman Lear. Listen, there's a part on All in the Family coming up. I think you and Rob would be great together. We hit it off, we played best friends, and we became best friends.
You need tickets to a game sometime, just let me know, okay?
I'll take you up on that.
I haven't seen this in 40 years. That was Soap, you know, and his character named Jodie Dallas, who was perhaps at the time I think the first gay character, recurring character in a series. The fellow who's playing Dennis was Bob Seagren. Bob was an Olympic gold medal winning pole vaulter for the U.S. You know, those were great years, difficult years in many ways. People getting used to seeing a gay character on television. You know, I think we made Jodie human and positive and funny. And I think the measure of it was in the 3rd year, he has a baby from a one-night stand, and then there was a court case who was going to get custody of the baby. And at the time, ABC did a poll, and it was decidedly that Jodie should get the baby, and I thought, you know what, that's the victory.
You look marvelous. And
You look pretty good yourself.
well, thank you, darling.
I'm very happy at what's going on now, and it's just sort of ascending, and it feels very comfortable. When I did Soap, I was getting a lot of success, but I wasn't as happy as I am now because I'm really using myself more.
Had I inhaled helium before I did that? Was I like a float in the Thanksgiving Day parade or something? A career-changing year for me, coming to first host SNL and then deciding to be a cast member along with Marty Short and Chris Guest.
If you could go back and give that Billy Crystal any advice, what would it be?
Be patient.
You look marvelous. Absolutely marvelous, eh?
Thank you.
Oh, the great Ringo Starr and Barbara Bach. The Fernandos on SNL were a particular favorite because they were all improvised. There were no cue cards. The people that I got to work with were insanely fun, you know. Mr. T and Hulk Hogan and Howard Cosell, Ebert and Siskel, Ringo and Barbara. I mean, it was really fun.
How does it feel knowing that you're kind of being already played by somebody in a film or a life?
Well, I saw the film, and Jason called me and wanted some information. You know, I was due to be on the first show, and I ended up getting bumped early that evening. Things worked out, but it was not my favorite night. He did a really good job. It's hard to watch because it was such a tough evening, but the young man did a very good job.
Yes! Oh! Yes! Yes! Oh!
I'll have what she's having.
This is the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me. People just going crazy and loving this movie. I've never been proud of anything I've done. I keep smiling.
We are such close friends. It allowed me to maybe push Billy further than he would go. It is the best work he's done.
I'd do anything for this guy.
We just all worked together so well and liked each other so much, and you know, it's emotional looking at it that it's all of this years later, and it's still current for everybody. It's an evergreen. We knew it was special. We knew it was a small movie, It was basically two people talking a lot, and but it was a joy to work with. We felt like we were a string quartet and Rob was a conductor. I keep clothes from movies, and I had that sweater, and I don't know what I did with it. And I think I gave a lot of clothes to the theater department at UCLA, and I have a feeling it's there. So if anyone is looking through the wardrobe department at UCLA and you come across this ivory-colored cable, would you call me? Because I'd like that back.
Hi, kids. I'm Michael Landon.
That's my horsey.
I just want to keep doing what different things. I mean, I waited 2 years since Harry and Sally, which was the greatest success I've had in a movie, and beyond my wildest dreams what the film did. But yet it created a problem in that it made the next one more difficult. So I decided to create a vehicle for myself.
Hi, boys. How are you? I thought I'd mosey on over. You know, I'd never moseyed before. Hope I did it correctly.
City Slickers was a total joy. I created the story for it. I had that horse for over 20 years. And Beechnut was a great friend and an athlete. He was a great athlete. He was so smart that he would, when we would rehearse a scene, he would watch the double do this with my stuntman, do what we had to do. He would watch it.
Come on, go.
And he'd know exactly where to go.
Mr. Billy Crystal.
That was the actual mask from the film.
Billy Crystal. God, I crap bigger than him.
Now, that's a line from the movie.
I crap bigger than you.
And then he does this. And it set me up for a string of jokes that night. My favorite of the 9 that I did was probably that one.
Thank you very much.
What would it take to get you back?
I don't know. 10 would be a nice number, but I don't know. I think I've done the best I could do there.
Background action. Action. Hello, everybody.
This is the opening scene of Mrs. Saturday Night. Really complicated Steadicam shot with jugglers. Look at that.
I created this character 10 years ago. As we wrote the script and got more and more involved in it, I felt that I didn't want to give this one up.
And then we created it as a musical, and we did it last season. A bunch of nominations, and really a joy to do a musical on Broadway.
I know you've got him down. Do you have a good impression?
I don't know, a little bit. He said, you have a gift. And no, I didn't. Yes, you do. He made me have a gift. That's how powerful this guy is.
You got a gift, my friend.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do.
Working with Bob was a thrill. He likes to repeat his lines over and over again differently. It's like he does a string of them. You have to be on your toes because it's like playing tennis and he's hitting you different spins. And that was thrilling, and he made me better. It was really the first comedy that he had done, as you have to sort of wink at yourself a little bit. I could wink. And he was brilliant. Thrill of a lifetime.
Throw Mama from the Train was the first junket I did that I remember. I did 75 interviews in one day. You don't move, they just sit there and they come to you and so on. And it always felt like an interesting, well, that's fun.
Do you think audiences will ever be able to watch you again without remembering your sensational attack on Miss Harrison?
Lee.
And that's 5 minutes. Thank you, Dave.
I think it was the first movie Rain did. Yeah. And Julia Roberts, John Cusack, Catherine Zeta-Jones. I really liked that movie a lot.
I'm glad you came back, Mike.
Somebody's got to take care of you, you big hairball.
What a thrill to be a part of something that, in my opinion, is what we call a forever. This one lasts forever. This, my grandchildren are like, and their kids are like it. And my grandchildren do like it. That was the first sort of entree for them into what Grandpa did for a living. I remember we were walking in a mall, and out of nowhere, paparazzi guys came, and what? They got upset. What is he thinking? And I explained to them that this is what Grandpa does. So now they realize I'm Mike Wazowski. So they would call the house, and I'd say, hello, is Mike there? And then I'll get him, and then I'd have to talk like Mike Wazowski for a while.
Send me a postcard, kid.
And then as they got older, then they saw The Princess Bride. Then they started calling, is Max there? And then I would talk like Max.
You a rotten liar.
But I was very prophetic. It's true. The Monsters, Inc., Monsters University, the series on Disney, Monsters at Work, has been a real gift to play Mike Wazowski.
What are you feeling right now? Can you draw it? I'll be right back.
Right now, Billy is starring in his 73rd acting project, the AppleTV Plus thriller Before, as a child psychiatrist whose young patient has a haunting connection to his past.
That's my house. It just was such a natural thing to want to do. It was never an idea about, I need to do something different. It's the most satisfying thing I've ever done. If you can cure Robert De Niro, an 8-year-old boy with some trauma, it's a piece of cake.